me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. Talk is cheap, shut your trap. Tongue in cheek, yeah, you like that.
Put it out, push it right back.
Look out for me, I'm on the right track. Super, 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 super cool. Who that, who that, who that in the pool? Splash on all you fools. All game but new rules and cash rules everything around me. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Holla how you feel, dog.
Okay. Let's see how we doing, guys. Let's see how we doing. I hope you guys are all well. Hopefully this is going to be a great, solid stream. Let's give it a little bit of time to see how we do. Puppy. So, hope you guys are all well. If this is going to be the start of the stream. My name is Stephen Joshua, and it's a pleasure to be here with you. This is 52 Games, and this is a live stream, if you don't know by now. What we're going to do here on this live stream, right? I have a favorites list. This favorites list is literally exploding. Bunch of things that I haven't, bunch of videos I haven't seen, bunch of videos that I have listed here, ready to be seen. But I pulled all of these videos up in a tab, in like a huge tab line, because I feel like I'm a YouTuber's YouTuber. I watch all content varying from different places on here on YouTube. From pranks to religion to, you know, Joe Rogan and podcasts and whatnot, Brendan Schaub and everything. So I feel like this list of videos might be better for everyone, other than just myself. So, with that being said, if it's your first time here on the channel, this is 52 Games. My name is Stephen Joshua. Like, subscribe, come back for more. I'm going to try to make this a pleasurable stream for the both of us. Let's see what we got. If anything, if you guys come in afterwards, leave your comments down in the description. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's see where we go from here. But without further ado, let's get into today's stream. So here I have this channel right here is Nick Jones. We're gonna start off with this one because I don't know, something about it. It's just where we're at today. Let me just double check. Yes. So where we're at today, this climate today, right, is very weird, very crazy. Yeah. At least we can say that. The climate is weird. The climate is crazy. And I feel like this is one important video because I have a feeling that there are people who are not doing a good job at being good citizens, good civilians to one another. And sadly, that happens to be in the Christian church as well. I proclaim myself as a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and I'm a lover of all. I love all my neighbors, you know. And I genuinely do care for everyone, even the ones who want to do me harm or dirty. Now, let me just go back to the big screen for you guys real quick. So I say this because it actually hurts my heart. Because when I was younger, you know, growing up as a black straight man, black straight Christian man as well, you know, Jamaican heritage, you know, the Batty Boy thing don't fly. They don't fly whatsoever, okay? Now, trying to grow from ignorance, grow from the, you know, just trying to grow and evolve mentally, you know, be more like Jesus. I see things, bro, and it's like, I know, I know that in my heart of hearts that for, say, the LGTV community, the homosexuals, them, is all love. You know, it's all love. I don't wish no harm. I don't wish no foul. I don't wish no one to hell. Religious wise, it's like, okay, well, yeah, if you're homosexual, you're going to hell. And I gotta actually say, you know what, I kind of don't really believe that as true. Only knowing because God is a loving God. He's a loving and caring God. What are you doing? And at the end of the day, you know, Jesus did come on this earth with us, you know, and he's seen how it was for us. As he prayed to God, he was like, God, they don't know what they're doing. We're being inflicted and tormented on by different forces, different things that we cannot comprehend. And personally, I feel like maybe, you know, that uh, uh, that might be one of them. One of the, you know, the pressures of living in society in modern day age, the different sins or the different beings, deities that are, you know, around us, that ones that we cannot see. And, you know, for example, witches and spells, you don't know if there's a witch sitting there trying to astral project to fuck with you while you're sleeping. You know what I mean? You probably don't. But those are just a few of the things that we as humans go through. This is biblical stuff. So I feel that knowing that, and knowing that God is an all-loving God, he's a forgiving God, he's a merciful God, I think he knows the situation better than you do, even if you're in it. So, with that being said, that will go on to this first video. When I seen this, it really racked my brain, because I completely believe in this person. I believe in what this person is saying. And I don't know if it's sympathy or empathy or whatnot, but again, I believe in what this person is saying. And I feel that it's something to take in and to go over. So without further ado. So, again, now this first video is by Nick Jones. And I like this guy. Christian led. And I think that he has a good grasp maybe of what's going on. I know he's a better speaker than I. I seen probably about like one and a half minutes, 1.5 minute of this video, and I knew that it was something to definitely go over in the future. So here we go. Let's do it together.
All right, y'all. I think this is a testimony that we can all learn a lot from. I wanted to share this and give my thoughts and my opinions about it, then also see what y'all thought about this as well in the comment section. This is from a TikTok. The username on TikTok is Rich with Passion. I'll go ahead and link his stuff down below if y'all want to check it out. Anyway, let's get right into it.
I didn't come to Jesus and give my life to Christ to be straight, to turn from gay to straight. I gave my life to Christ because I was addicted to porn and I really needed help and I really wanted to change and I was so desperate for a change. And I remember this so clearly. Literally at the beginning of this year, I was on a roof. I was taking a break from work and I was talking to God and I said, hey, like, God, like I really need to be healed from all these addictions and I want to come to you, but I don't know if I can come to you because I don't know if I can be straight. And I said, I don't know if I can be straight. So why not just be gay and Christian? I was like, is that a thing? Can that be a thing? And as I kept asking him that, he just said, just come to me. He said, just come to me. He said, we'll worry about that later. He didn't even give me an answer. He said, just come to me. He said, just let me heal the broken pieces of you. He said, don't worry about it.
It's beautiful.
Because I was heavily addicted to pornography. I would do it in the morning, I would do it in the middle of the day, I would do it at night before I go to sleep. I was ridden with a lot of anxiety and depression, and I didn't want to call it depression because we don't call it depression and we don't call it anxiety. Now I know that it was a spirit, but I would used to wake up and not want to go to work because it was just so frustrating and stressful. And I would use pornography and masturbation to cope. And it didn't work, it didn't satisfy. When I was younger it did, but it just wasn't satisfying me. It was to the point where even at work I would just watch porn and masturbate all the time. And so I knew something had to change. And so that's why I started to really come back to Jesus.
Let's just real quick. This is you can see how this can be very tough on him to announce to the world, to the public. And for you know, just putting it out there, you know, I my prayers go to this man because though he may be a homosexual, he still goes through the same burdens as any other, you know, man. And I know there's a bunch of basement dwellers, especially here on the internet. There's a bunch of basement dwellers that do the exact same thing. And the thing is, the difference is they're just not homosexual. So there is no difference. The problem is what the problem is, and the problem is the sexual immorality of the watching and being tempted and addicted to pornography, and the addiction to that dopamine release or whatnot, where you feel secure or accomplished or happy or satisfied, but that satisfaction can only last but so long. And if you're trying to fill that hole in you that you need filled with pornography and masturbation, it is a endless bottomless pit of cum.
Back to church because of that. It wasn't to be straight. It wasn't thinking about conversion or any of these things. And I know what I'm saying. Some people will not get it because the veil has not been lifted from their eyes and they're just so caught up in what they want to do. So that's fine. But this might be for somebody and I don't know who it is. But God just wants a relationship with you. He just wants to be with you. He wants to heal you. He's not worried about all this other stuff. All of this other stuff will come into alignment with him. He will make you clean. He will make you holy. He will make you righteous. But there's a lot of people who are suffering, and he wants to deal with that. He wants to heal that. There's a lot of brokenness from other things outside of questioning identity with your sex and gender and all that other stuff, because there's a root to it. And he wants to heal you. He wants to be the father that you never had. He wants to be the mother that you never had. He wants to give you the love that you never received. He wants to restore the innocence that was stripped away from you. He wants to be your home and your refuge. That's what he wants. That's what he did with me. And if he could do it for me, he could do it for you. But I just I have to set the record straight. I've said this before, but God told me to present this in this way. So hopefully in this way, this touches somebody.
So I remember,
You know what?
I think I was in Elliot's house, my friend Elliot.
Before he says anything, right? Because this is us. This is us first. This man, again, God bless his soul, God bless his heart. He spoke on what I did just recently, just say, we are under things that we do not understand, okay? There are forces at play that we don't understand, that is not our Heavenly Father, you know. There are forces, deities, what I come to know, which is very hard to explain for others, but the story goes like this. It's almost simple. There is an origin. Say that origin is heaven. Everything came from heaven, right? And there was a time where beings in heaven got banished from heaven for being evil, just say. Now, these beings that got banished from heaven, they had to go somewhere. And the only place that was there to go is down. Down is the heavens, which would classify as space. So, for example, just say whatever you know of our space system, right? Whatever the furthest planet is from here, Pluto, right? Just say, for example, there's Pluto and then there's nothing else. It doesn't go farther. Where that cap is, that would be heaven. There's nothing past it. There's nothing else past it. It is, you have to climb the ladder. You climb the ladder, the top of the ladder is heaven, and there's nothing else. Okay? Outside of heaven is space. That's where you have Pluto, Neptune, Mars, Mercury, and Earth, right? Maybe at the bottom of it is hell. But from my own knowledge, this is what it is. It is a ladder from hell, the bottomless pit, to heaven. And there's a gate that is at the top of the heavens that divides the heavens from heaven. And you get pushed out of that gate, and it's just a long fall down till you get to earth, and then maybe there's something past earth that's more down, right? That being said, there are beings that got banished from heaven, and they made their way down, and they got to earth. And the people on earth seen these beings, and they were like, whoa, you are different than us. You can fly, you look like light, you can teleport, you can do all these crazy, amazing things that we can't do. You must be a god. And these fallen angels were saying, yeah, we're God. These fallen angels fell in different places of earth to gain their what do you call it, region, their worldly region of control. One fallen angel fell in Africa, the other fell in Europe, the other fell up there in, you know, Greenland, and so far, so forth and so forth, you know. So all of these fallen angels took place on earth as a deity, as a god that these select cultures of people seen, and they were like, oh, well, you obviously are God. And then those fallen angels was like, yeah, I am, pray to me. And the Father, the Heavenly Father, who is the controller of that same deity, the source power of that same deity, is God. And he's sitting there just like, whoa, all of these piss offs that I sent down are on earth messing with my people. These are the forces that we have at play. These are what is called like the fallen angels. The what does it say in the Bible specifically? We're underneath principalities. We don't wrestle against flesh, but of principalities, of witches, people doing spells on you. You don't even know that's happening. You're under torment and you don't even know it. And for example, how would one possibly turn homosexual? One that's known as that, say if there was something horrible that happened, horrible and traumatic that happened to that said person's younger life, say child age life, and that horrific thing that happened to them by a demon rubbed off on them, and it changed them. It changed their ways from what they would have been. It it changed their mind, like a mind control type of deal, like a just. And there's sayings where it's like, you know, there's a reset button that's in your butthole, and that's why it's not for men to mess around with that. These are just sayings, but there's also a saying where there's smoke, there's fire. That's how I do perceive this world, is like where there's smoke, there's fire. And even rumors come from somewhere, you know. There was rumors about Michael Jackson diddling little kids. Where did that come from? Rumors about R. Kelly peeing on little girls, and now we look where he is. So I do feel like there is smoke where there is fire. But that being said, I should digress. My heart goes out to this man, and he's in a situation where he's talking to God, and he's asking, "Hey God, you know, something happened to me in my past where I just feel like I am perfectly where I need to be. I'm perfectly the way I am, and I don't know how to change that." That is a complex question, but a complex question that only God can handle. So let's get back to it.
And this was during a time where I was considering walking away from God. And I was considering just going back to my old ways, right? And I remember telling Elliot, I was like, man, I feel like I just need to clean myself up before I fully give my life to God. I feel like I just need to get some things in order before I fully commit and do this. And I remember Elliot telling me something to the effect of, just come now, just start today, just come as you are. Something to that effect. It might not have been those same exact words, but it had that same essence, right? Because oftentimes in my walk with Christ, it hasn't always been a straight line. It's been up and down and backwards and forwards. It's been all around the map, right? It hasn't been A to Z. But during my walk with Christ, I felt as if my problems were too big for God to handle and to fix and to clean up.
Which is craziness.
And I think a lot of us might feel that same way in
And you
some
don't
way,
know that
shape,
it's
or form,
craziness to feel
depending
that
on where
way.
you are throughout your journey. And I think it's beautiful that he came to God in a very honest and raw and transparent way. He said, look, I'm not coming to God to necessarily change my sexuality. I came to God because I was dealing with an addiction that has gotten out of hand and I don't know where else to turn to. So I'm going to turn to God because this is just my last hope. This is
God
the only
bless
thing
him.
that I can think
God
of
bless
doing that might help. And so he turned to God in a very honest and vulnerable state. And God didn't just heal him of that addiction,
Comfort him.
but he
Comforted
called
him.
him to be who he made him and created him to be. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
It's
And my
absolutely
mind
beautiful.
immediately
It's
goes to,
absolutely
you know, that verse,
Come as you are.
it's like, come to me, all who are, you know,
Unholy and iniquity or something like
all who are, I think it's on my Bible right here. Hold on.
that.
It's
Paperback.
Matthew 11:25. Come to me and I will give you rest.
Beautiful.
So Matthew 11:28, it says, come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Instantly, you know, watching this testimony, that's where my mind goes.
That's cool.
And that's such an interesting scripture because you got to understand during that time when Jesus was having this conversation and
He
when
was going
Jesus
through it
said
with
that,
us all. He was going through it as well.
that was a monumental statement to just offer to people. Because during that time frame, the people understood that the way to get right with God was through obedience to the law. And a lot of people,
they
they
could
were
not keep
struggling
that
to
law.
obey the law.
They could not keep
And the
that law.
Pharisees were making them feel as if they were all going to hell because they weren't perfectly obeying the law.
Tommy, you gotta
And
chill,
Jesus
buddy.
said, you know what? I know you've been working so hard trying to obey the law, trying to, you know, walk righteously. But I'm going to tell you, just come to me. Put your faith in me instead. And I'll show you an easier path
I'll get you
to
through that
salvation.
law.
That was a monumental statement to make during that time period.
He's like
And now even today,
he's like your lawyer.
that
He's like
same
your lawyer.
invitation
Jesus
is
your
offered to
lawyer.
anyone who wants to listen. Come to Jesus and he will give you rest for your soul, an easier path, one that's not dependent on what you can do in terms of your works and your obedience,
What
but
can you
one
do?
that is dependent on your submission to Jesus and your faith.
Just like you're submit. You know what? I'm sorry, guys. Just like you would submit to a lawyer where you don't understand the rules in court, so you have to shut up and let your lawyer speak for you. It's not so bashful and harsh like I just said it, but Jesus would be like, hey, I know what you're going through. You don't. Just come to me. I will fight for you. I will defend you. I will plead for you. I will shed my blood for yours. And it's so beautiful because it's poetic. Because anything that you read of Jesus, of the Bible, it is exactly that. He put your own burdens down. Give to Jesus your burdens. Give to Jesus your problems, your struggles, your worries, your fears. Give it to him because he can handle it. You can't. And that's known because what happens in the world? People have their fears, their worries, their everything. And guess what? Guess what people do? A lot of people are weak. People are like, you know what? I can't handle it anymore. I can't handle it anymore. What do they do? What do they do? They take the easy route out. They say, I can't do this anymore. They get a blicky. They get a knife or a blade, and they go into a tub or take the easy route out because they can't handle it. Yet, it was never for you to handle. Maybe your burdens, you went through your burdens, you give it to God. Give it away. How do you do that? Look, I'm not a man of all answers, but I tell you one thing, the answers come from the Bible. You go to him, pray, and he will answer. I have stories here on this channel that is highly supernatural. If you would like to see it, please, but give your burdens to God. Give your burdens to Jesus, because one, he is the only way. He is your lawyer.
But you got to understand
He's your
something.
lawyer.
He says, my yoke is light, or my yoke is easy and my burden is light, right? My yoke is easy and my burden is light. So yoke, during that time period, yoke was associated with the obedience to the law. And Jesus is saying that his yoke is easy and that his burden is light. But here's something that we got to understand. And this is something that Elliot always says. It's still a yoke. Although choosing Jesus is the easier path,
It's still
it's still a path that requires submission on our part.
Absolutely.
And that takes work. And I'm not talking about having to work for our salvation, but we do have to work in order to make sure that we are fully submitting our lives to Christ, mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually. We have to work to fully submit our lives to Christ. And I understand that everyone's, sanctification path is different. And everyone's convictions are different,
Putting
right?
the work is the same.
But the way that you walked into the door is not the same way that you are going to
You don't walk out.
exit into eternity.
Okay.
Jesus is not going to
I can
call
get
you
past
into
that.
this life of abundance, of freedom from sin, just so you can stay in your sin and go back to it and digress.
Can't do that. Yeah.
He's given us a path to ultimate freedom from all of our sin.
It's very difficult.
But we have
But
to
it's
accept
okay.
it, and we have to fully submit all of ourselves to him. And if we do that, the Holy Spirit can work through us and can heal us and can deliver us from all of these dark and sinful tendencies that we have as humans.
And you know what? I think
Because
the Holy
naturally,
Spirit-
as humans, we have a heart that is disobedient to God. And if we allow our flesh to take over, then we're always going to be falling into our sin. But if we bring it to the feet of Jesus, just as he's talking about, then we have the opportunity to be made whole again, to be made right with God. And I think ultimately that's what everybody wants.
What is a good saying? What is something I can make up to say?
They just
Give me
don't
an
know how to
understanding.
articulate it.
Exactly. I don't want to learn how to.
Because we all have a
I'll
spiritual.
articulate this shit right now. Let me articulate this shit right now. The Holy Spirit. I would say. So, I'm sorry, I'm not going to turn this on mass, but so humans, we're humans, and we are not 100%. We think we're 100%, but you know that there are people in your life that make you a better person. There are men who have daughters, and it takes them to have a daughter to be like, oh, wow, I need to click and be a better man. I need to click and be a man and stop being a boy. So you know that you are not at your best. The Holy Spirit, Jesus, God, that is like, if you were a car, the Holy Spirit is like the nitrous you got nitrous oxide now, where you got another fuel outside of Jesus. You have Jesus's spirit. That's a fuel. Be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm putting, and this is what I'm injecting into me, and now I'm going 50 times faster, 50 times better. It's like, that's the best comparison that I can say about the Holy Spirit. Having the Holy Spirit introducing, like, calling on Jesus, right? Jesus comes to you, but it's like that backdraft. It's like when Jesus leaves, you can still smell him. That's what I feel like is the Holy Spirit. It's like the residue scent of Jesus. The residue scent of Jesus is enough. Is enough. All right. That's where it's like follow in the light of Jesus. When you follow in the light of Jesus, you're following in his scent. So you're just smelling Jesus' perfume, and you're just like, I'm gonna walk that way. When you follow that Jesus scent, the Holy Spirit, you're walking in the perfect path to go wherever you need to go. All right? Doesn't matter who you are, what you are, you homosexual, you murderer, whatnot. If you take that 180, and instead of following the scent of the devils, you follow the scent of Jesus. Complete change.
Need. But some of us choose to fill it with things that are unfruitful. In this case, like an addiction to, sex, as he mentioned.
Pornography.
We can fill our spiritual need with addictions, but at some point we're going to realize
It ain't enough.
it's a never-ending cycle.
You're just going to keep filling that hole with cum, and it's not going to fill.
It's a beautiful testimony. I want to know what y'all think about it. Get in my comments, like this video, share this video. I'm out, y'all.
All right, fantastic. We got through the first one, y'all. So I just...
All of these toxic influences are being called...
Shut your mouth. Shut your damn mouth, okay? Okay, let's go. This is us. So, I think that was kind of cool. I'm glad I actually got through that. And I am going to make a video in the future because YouTube is on my ass. I think YouTube has a feeling that I'm an asshole or something, that I don't care about people, when I absolutely do. I absolutely love all types of people. Maybe some types of people may piss me off, but it doesn't mean I don't love them. It doesn't mean that I don't care for them. It doesn't mean that I don't wish them well, the very best of life. And I pray to God for their hearts and their souls and their families. That is real. Regardless of how much of a piece of crap that person may be, there will always still be love for said person. Homosexuality is not a deterrent from love and care for you as a human being. And I feel like YouTube thinks that that's the type of person that I am. Maybe you can go back in the past and you can see, okay, I say some jokes or whatnot, but guess what? The facts are the facts. I truly do care and love every single person, regardless of how horrible you may be. So, that being said, I had to do a little defense for myself. Now let's go and let's see what the next video is for you lovely, lovely people. So, oh goodness gracious. So now, that's funny. That's very funny. Okay. So guys, chat, if you're here, God bless your heart. I have something crazy. This next video is gonna be crazy, okay? So I just said that I have love and care and genuine care for every single person on this earth, right? I don't want to be at a point where I say I spoke too fast. probably spoke too fast. So, there's a amazing anime cartoon called The Boondocks. Hopefully you guys have heard about The Boondocks. You know, black anime, Boondocks. Thomas, I know you have to use the bathroom, buddy, but we're here now, okay? So there's an amazing anime called The Boondocks. And I never knew that this person actually existed until a couple of years ago, maybe. I put this video here on my favorites, not knowing how in the F would I go over this, but we're doing it now. This possibly might be the craziest video on YouTube, okay? It might be the craziest video on YouTube. I'm sorry. Maybe you may disagree with me. If you disagree, let me know. So, there is an animal of a human being. This guy is a demon. His name is Fleece Johnson. The Booty Warrior.
But when lockup visited Kentucky State Penitentiary, we met Fleece Johnson, a longtime inmate who practices a very different kind of homosexuality.
Oh my
But
God.
we have sexual desires, right? So you got a bunch of men locked up in one place. All of them get hard. All of them's horny. All of them got sexual desires.
Hang the fuck on. Okay.
So what are they gonna do?
But when lockup visited Kentucky State Penitentiary, we met Fleece Johnson, a longtime inmate who practices a very different kind of homosexuality.
But we
He
have
practices.
sexual desires, right? So you got a bunch of men locked up in one place. All of them get
demon
hard.
sexuality.
All of them's horny. All of them got sexual desires. So what are they gonna do? You won't let them have a woman. They gonna have each and somebody's gonna have to give us some booty. And it's just that simple.
The most memorable story that Fleece told us was about the place and importance that booty has in a maximum security penitentiary.
No, wait, no wait, nigga, no, wait, white nigga, my white nigga. We gonna, hey, chill. Chill, poppy. Chill, poppy. Look. Me and you have to do this right now, okay? We have to talk to the people. Me and you gonna talk to these people right now. What the hell did this dude just say, eh? The importance of booty in a maximum security prison is like gold. It's like gold in cigarettes. What is going on, people? What the hell is going on? Okay. Okay. Oh my God, we're in for it. This is crazy. Look at this man. This dude is a demon incarnate with glasses and what do you call those type of hats? Dunce hats?
Woman, they gonna have each and somebody's
Tin
gonna have to give us some
hats.
booty. And it's just that simple.
The most
Demon. Let's go.
In one place. All of them get hard.
Sexuality.
But we have sexual desires, right? So you got a bunch of men locked up in one place. All of them get hard. All of them's horny. All of them got sexual desires. So what are they gonna do? You won't let them have a woman.
This dude.
They gonna have each and somebody's gonna have to give us some booty. And it's just that simple.
the most memorable story that Fleece told us was about the place and importance that booty has.
Look, see, no, wait, hey, Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why is it like anytime you have a psychopathic nigga, when there's a psychopathic nigga, you instantly have a news broadcast of one of the whitest of whitest people. Okay, look at his jaw. His jaw defines white man. You have the whitest of whitest people. He lifts weights with his jaw, talking about horrible black people. Okay, so he makes his lively earnings jawing about horrible black people, and they're just like, oh wait, we have the tip of the iceberg, Fleece Johnson. Let's just give this jolly white man the story of the universe so he could nonchalantly speak jokes in just the most proficient way possible, where you think that he's not joking, yet the muscles in his jaw is smiling, but his mouth is not.
Most memorable story that Fleece told us was about the place and importance that booty has in a maximum security penitentiary.
I don't like this
and
guy.
he went on
I
about
don't like
it
this
and
guy.
on about it.
In his prison, booty.
I don't like him either.
Booty was more important than food.
Jesus.
Booty. A
Jesus.
man's butt.
Oh my God! Please stop.
It was more important. I'm sorry.
He had a pause.
It was more
too. He
booty.
paused.
Having some booty was more important than drinking water, man.
Drinking what? Drinking.
I like booty.
Johnson went on to tell our crew
This man
how he
is
used to satisfy his sexual desires, especially during the 1970s and 80s, when he was most active and prison security was more lax.
When I see one,
when you see
and
one,
he looks good to me, when I go see him, I say, you come here. I say, I'm telling you what,
you need to be shot on sight. Okay.
I like you, and I want you. And we can do it the easy way or the hard way. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. I go see him.
Wait. I'm sorry. That was too loud. I don't mean to do that to you. I'm gonna turn down the volume right now. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. What the hell did this nigga just say? Oh no. Lord Jesus Almighty. He just said we gonna do this the easy way or the hard
Say,
way.
you come here. I say, I'm telling you what, I like you, and I want you. And we can do it the easy way or the hard way. So the choice is yours, right? And it was always yes.
Johnson also had a warning
All right,
for
you
the
know what? I do have something to say. You know what? I have something to say. I have something to fucking say, okay? You wanna know something? Well, look. Men, us men, yo, we need to be protected, bruv. We need to be protected. Yo, tell your woman, tell your mama, and tell your auntie to protect your ass. Because guess what? Women don't have the problem to, oh, I'm gonna get raped by another woman today. No, women don't have that issue. Look at this nigga. Fleece Johnson is out here wanting to. You know what? I can't even.
You come here. I say, I'm telling you what, I like you, and I want you. And we can do it the easy way or the hard way. So the choice is yours, right? And it was always yes.
Johnson also had a warning for the new generation of inmates. They might be asking for trouble from old-timers.
You know, they got this thing where they sag their pants past their butt. It's a style, they call it some sort of gangster style. You know, it's sexy to us, right? And see, but they weren't prepared for this, right? So you sag your pants in her, man, somebody be up in your butt, you know, and it's just that simple.
Johnson even let the lockup crew know that when he was in his prime, they wouldn't be safe from his advances either.
The prison guards?
If y'all had been in her back then in them days, and as much as I like booty, I'd probably felt one of y'all butts. And y'all was walking past me and dared you to say something. I'm not no shame in my game. This is nothing that I'm ashamed to admit. I am what I am. I'm a warrior too, you know, so let that be known. I'm a warrior.
Hey, ain't nobody gonna get copyrighted today, okay? Love you, X. Hang on. First of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up a new YouTube tab, or let's just go on the one that we were on before, and then we're gonna type in this demon. Okay, so where is he now, and what in the fuck? By God Almighty. He's still alive, living on booty. This, oh hell no. What? Oh, let's watch this together.
I
guys.
took a cup and went in that bucket, and then I hit her on the back of her head, and it went down her back, and she arched her back, and she threw a thing on it. She started doing like it, and hey, I was trying to take your ass off, man, make her get naked, bro, and all that stuff. And she sat on the ground. She couldn't get up. So I said, yeah, that's for your disrespect. I said, and I said, you might well take the rest. I said, no, I can't give you the rest of it. So I had a couple of more batches. I had to fill this back up, right? So here come the guard. They running out through a sheet over her. And they had to run back. I got one guard say, grab her. He said, man, I ain't touching this shit, man. She laying up, throwing up, couldn't get up, duty all over her, right? And they tried to pick her. He said, I'm not touching her. So they had to go get a blanket. He said, they scooped her up. They said, that's your butt, boy. We gonna get you. I said, here, boosh, get that. So I threw duty on them. I said, y'all.
What?
And so when they come to get me, I threw it on them, so they left. They waited till the next shift. I said, man, we not going back here, man. All the inmates got towels and stuff tied around their nose so they can't smell it, right? They said, get them, boy, get them. I said, I got them. Come on, y'all.
How old are you at this point?
I was up there. I was probably in my 40s.
So at this point, you never thought that you was even getting out?
I don't know, hell no, man. When I started picking up tan, you know, the first time I picked up tan was over this one dude they called Can Do. He was, you know, Eddyville, you think about prison, see, here's what they don't tell you. Ain't no freaks in there, bro.
In prison?
Whatever, your wife knows your sex drive. She know what it is. She know what your booty look like. She know your sex drive. She knows all that, right? So when you go through the jail, yeah, you still got the same sex drive. You still want sex. You still, if you could, like most of these guys come in there, these little young ones come in, they want to fuck his wife, your wife, everybody else's sisters, and, you know, just be nasty, right? But when they go to prison, them that sex drive is still in them to have it the way they had. Really, it's stronger.
It's stronger once they get to
prison? Yeah, because you ain't got none. And so you go in there, you try to use your memory, right? Oh, I remember the last time I was with her, we was in the shower and all that, all that stuff, and you masturbate. That was good. But then you feel a little shame that you had to do that, though. But you do it again, and you get burnt out.
Yeah.
Y'all get into it, she's gone. She's with somebody else or something, and now you don't even want to think about her. So you go get you a freak book, a magazine. So they set it out in the magazines, man. They be spread it open, then that'll work for a while. But here's what gets them. They got sissies in there. They look like women.
Really?
Oh, hell. Man, they got sisters in there that they make them cut their hair, everything, because they look so much like a woman, they can walk out of that place, right? Built. Big hips, big booty, small waistline. They got all the traits of a woman, they just got something a little extra.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
And them chicks got big dicks in there, too. So them niggas, I'm telling you, they ain't no, man, they things are so big, make you be afraid to pull your shit down and take a shower with them in there, right? You be like, oh, hell, man, they shit so big, I ain't even gonna pull my shit down. Shit, I be embarrassed, right? And not only that, but take this shit out. Here's what got me. I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. And they walk around, they do all that makeup, all that stuff. They put Kool-Aid, all that shit over their eyes to make the stuff, right? They know how to do all that.
Yeah.
And they take bootstring, cut the tip off her, ravel it out, fluff it, and make extensions and wigs and all that stuff. Man, but them niggas in there, I'm talking about the ones, them brothers that was the fly guys out here in the street, the good looking dudes, right, with the shape ups and good haircuts and all that, everything gotta be neat. When them sissies found out that he got money, cause it used to be a time where sissies used to pay you to do them. To fuck them.
They used to pay you?
Sissies used to pay people to fuck them. But that shit is old. These niggas is paying them big money.
What?
Man, I was down there in Baltimore. Came out for visit. His wife came to see him. And he had a sister named Maurice. And his wife, she don't know nothing about all this stuff, right? So.
Hang the fuck on, guys, just do me a solid. Can we just take a quick break? Just do. I have a headache. I got an instant headache. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Ugh. Freak.
He kissed her. She been with him his whole bit.
Oh my god.
So been with him his whole, and his wife, she don't know nothing about all this stuff, right? So he kissed her. She been with him his whole bit.
She caught everything.
So somebody been on a visit, said, man, I saw your man kiss his wife. And he came out to visit, she had a bag. She put a knife in it. She said, hey baby, how was your visit? He said, it was good. She said, hold this for me. She walked over to where them guards was. So he got a knife in that bag and he just threatened me. So they went over, let me open that bag. And when they seen the knife, they handcuffed him. He got 2 or 3 years out of that. Extra. But check this out.
They get jealous and everything, huh?
When he came out of the hole, he promised his sister, I'd have took her off my visiting list. She would never, all this. This is how deep it is in her. You got people in her, they treat them better than they treat women out here. And here's why.
I'm sitting back. I caused a lot of. I ain't gonna lie. When I got to the point where I want to cause shit, I caused trouble in prison. So this Muslim guy, he was an E-man, and he used to always get smart with me and stuff, right? And all them Muslim dudes, yeah, they follow him and all that. Cause I got on one of them. They had a Ramadan thing where they ain't supposed to eat.
Yeah, they ain't supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to see him steal food and hide it and all that, eat pork chops, all this stuff, you know, all that fronting and stuff. Right? I said, bro, what's that? Ooh, that's a big pork chop right there. He said, hey, look, brother. I said, brother, my ass, nigga. You know, I saw this stuff, so they didn't like me, right? So, they had some real good Muslims there that were, I knew they was tough. They'll beat you to death, right? But this man, they leader. So this sissy come down there named Turk out of Lexington. So I said, Turk, I was running stores and stuff down there then, you know, I had stores and stuff. So Turk said, yeah, I'm gonna need something out of your store. I said, you know, you can get whatever. I said, I'm in a bad mood right now. He said, why? I said, that nigga over there, that Muslim dude, Turk said that was my bitch on the street. I said, what? He said, I had this, said for crack. So I had him wearing panties, thongs, eating my butt out. I said, oh, God.
Oh, God.
I said, Turk. I said, I ain't got no love for you. I said, could you stand by that if I could? He said, yeah. So I went over and I told them Muslims, right?
Goodness.
They thought I was coming over to store some stuff, which I was coming to the store.
Yeah.
Well, they asked him, he said, yeah, my brother. He said, that's the time when I was out there, but thanks, all power due to God and Allah and all this. They whooped his ass, man.
Yo, okay. Yo, okay. Oh my God. So, we have been, guys, oh my word. That was interesting, wasn't it? So, guys, if you would do me a pleasure, I have a young boy. I have a young boy here. I'll let you see him. I have a young boy here, and he has on the poop eyes. He has poop eyes. Those are the poop eyes. You see, squinted poop eyes, right? He wants me to go and take him outside. So let me just get him in there. You see that little poop eyes right there? Okay. So your boys has to help your boys do a little duty. So if you would like to be kind, seem like 5 minutes. I'll be back. I'll leave you guys off with a little bit of music, but I will be back, and we will continue this amazing stream. I don't know if the music is gonna continue, but it will play at least once.
When you see it at your front door, you are gonna want more. Something fresh, so brand new. Something you can't handle. Light the fire like a candle. There's nothing that you can't do.
Holler back when I at you. I'm going nuts, that's cashews.
Cashews, everything around me. Dollar bill, y'all. Cashews, everything around me. Holla how you feel, dog. I don't know about you. Why one hop out to? Jump in, hop out to. Watch what I say and how I do it.
If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. Get it.
You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. Talk is cheap, shut your trap. Tongue in cheek, yeah, you like that.
Put it out, push it right back.
Look out for me, I'm on the right track. Super, 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 super cool. Who that in the pool? Splash on all you fools. All game but new rules and cash rules, everything around me. Dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Holla how you feel, dog. I don't know about you. Why one, hop out two. Jump in, hop out two. Watch what I say and how I do it.
If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. Get it. If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. Get it.
You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. Hang around me, dollar bill, y'all. Round me, how you feel? When you see it at your front door, you are gonna want more. Something fresh, so brand new. Something you can't handle. Light the fire like a candle. There's nothing that you can't do.
Holla back when I at you. I'm going nuts, that's cashews.
Cash rules everything around me. Dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Holla how you feel, dog. I don't know about you. Why one, hop out two. Jump in, hop out two. Watch what I say and how I do it.
If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. Get it.
You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. Talk is cheap, shut your trap. Tongue in cheek, yeah, you like that.
Put it out, push it right back.
Look out for me, I'm on the right track. Super cool. Who that in the pool? Splash on all you fools. All game but new rules and cash rules everything around me. Dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Holla how you feel, dog. I don't know about you. Why one, hop out two. Jump in, hop out two. Watch what I say and how I do it.
If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. Get it. If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow. Get it.
You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. Hang around me, dollar bill, y'all. Round me, how you feel?
Chat, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. But Puppy, come on. There he is. Puppy must use the troom. So, but I have something. Now, we're gonna switch things up now. I just went on Instagram and we're gonna do something right now. So, Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon used to be the owner of the WWE. I'm a huge wrestling fan. Now, recently, WWE has news of a Netflix deal. In 2025, WWE is going to be on Netflix instead of cable TV. Now, that was new news. But now, as of today, the news about Vince McMahon is going absolutely insane. What I just seen on Instagram was this. WrestleTales on Instagram. Vince McMahon allegedly defecated on a woman's head during a threesome, forcefully using sex toys on her, including dildos he named after WWE wrestlers, causing her bruising and bleeding. So, a couple of months ago, about a year ago maybe, Vince McMahon was taken out. He was taken out of WWE. It was a huge, crazy debacle. You know, I even remember Stephanie McMahon. There was a huge thing. You know, the Tower of Leaders. You know, I guess it was like the. I'm so sorry. I'm horrible with words. The study of people. You know, his study of people under him were trying to get him out of the business, right? So the study of people under him, including his daughter, Stephanie McMahon, it got to the point where it's like, yo, maybe this dude might be mentally deficient now. You know, maybe the age got to him. The dude might literally have dementia or some sort. Something's wrong, right? We're noticing it as fans of WWE. We're watching the wrestling. We're like, yo, this shit is trash. This shit is bad. Please put Triple H in charge. At least his mind is okay. So we're noticing it bleed into we're noticing Vince McMahon's destruction. It's bleeding through the wrestling. And his choices of things were like, oh, let's take a amazing, phenomenal fighter or MMA artist or wrestler or whatnot, amazing athlete. Let's take this amazing athlete and let's just crush him underneath unnecessary weight. Let's give him a name like Dildo. All right, literally, like that's what's going on when you're watching. Is like, okay, you can have a Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor signs a WWE contract, and all of a sudden now you're calling Conor McGregor Dildo. That was what's going on with WWE. So they were like, you know what, Vince, you gotta fucking go. Vince got out. There's then this huge court case or whatever happened where it's like all of these alleged things are happening. Everything is alleged because WWE has lawyers that can put you in court for your entire life, and on top of that, he can put you in court for your children's lives on top of that. So everything that you see or you want to say anything about is all alleged. Okay, it's all alleged. You might as well say that bitch is a liar. Nothing happened. I just read it off of Instagram. I didn't say anything. That's what you have to do to protect yourself from people, from very wealthy, rich elites. Because if you say the truth, they can say, hey, you're a piece of shit, you're a liar, none of that's true, and I'm going to put you in court for the rest of your life and your children's lives. And then you're like, oh shit, I guess I'm going to jail because I don't have money. So that is what it's like when you fight a person like maybe Vince McMahon, allegedly. So now these things are happening, coming out, and it's saying again, Vince McMahon allegedly defecated on a woman's head during a threesome, forcibly using sex toys on her, including dildos he named after WWE wrestlers, causing her bruising and bleeding. And that is just one of many stories that came out maybe last year. They got Vince out. Vince was out. He was replaced with Triple H. Wrestling got amazing again. And then Vince McMahon put on a Stalin mustache. He grew a Stalin mustache. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to forcibly overtake this company. And I'm going to become the leader of this company again after they forced him out. And then he sold the company to Endeavor, UFC owners, right? So he sold it to Endeavor. Let me just make sure everything is going kosher and working properly. Yeah? Beautiful. So he sold WWE to Endeavor, and now Vince McMahon is like, a backseat. He took a backseat role. He's not on Raw or not on SmackDown or whatnot. But what does happen though is that you do see seedlings of a Vince McMahon presence still around. Now, that's not the case. But what did just happen was The Rock is now a head in the upper echelon, maybe in Endeavor or UFC, whatnot. So now The Rock has a heavy seat. And The Rock is what you would probably call he's taken. I would think that The Rock would have a lot of love and admiration and respect and maybe even blackmail that the WWE ex-president would have on him to become a pawn or a piece or a figurehead or a speech piece for Vince McMahon. And now all of a sudden The Rock just has a heavy seat in the board, as well as then instantly Vince McMahon allegedly defecated on a woman's head and used dildos and sex toys on her, causing bruising and bleeding, meaning that he was like sexually torturing this said woman, allegedly. And now going to the head of the subject of the matter is now there is a YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly. And I had this video saved in my favorites, and I know that there is mature things speaking in this YouTube video, hopefully not causing me to get messed up YouTube wise, but it connects because this Soft White Underbelly video, it really does shine light on the darkness that happens outside of our view. And it is a way to understand a lot about reality in society. So, without further ado, we're going to have to look this one up because I did not have this one initially on the playlist. So let me just speak about it for you while I pull this up. So this Soft White Underbelly, right? Is about hotels, the hotel industry. And I do not know if I'm going to be able to find this, to be honest. Jeez, this is a live stream too, so I can't, there's no editing. So this soft white underbelly, come on. Are we really not doing this? Hotel hunting, no. Soft white underbelly. Oh my god. Jesus. The hotel industry. So the dark side of the hotel industry. Maybe it's not soft white underbelly then. Jeez, what is it? Please, come on, let's do this. Are you serious? Search. Beautiful. Found it. It's Vice. So secret hotel. Yes, okay. Hopefully this is the one that I've seen. If it's not, then that's fine as well. I'm gonna put this on for you guys, and I'm going to take a pee. So, let's just make sure this is what it is, because if it is, then you guys can
The hotel industry is a
yes,
wild.
I see the mask. This is absolutely it. So, instead of me letting you guys know what it is about, let's start this off with 7 minutes. Not too bad. I'll be gone for about 1 minute. This is a glimpse into the reality of our society now. There are rich, filthy, elitist people, government, celebrities, and just even rich people who want to stay out of the limelight. And those are the most. That's the most. Rich people who are not famous, who are not government, who are just everyday regular people like you and I, but you just don't know. There is a soft underbelly of society that is so dark and decrepit. I'm gonna show you guys what is the truth. And we're gonna do this right now.
The hotel industry is a wild experience that helps you understand how disconnected the wildly wealthy are. I've seen the darker side of humanity: suicides, murders, spousal abuse, human trafficking. That shit stays with you for a long time. One weekend, a large group of around 60-ish people, they wanted to purchase out the entire hotel so they could just turn it into a giant orgy. The cost about the property was upwards of $250,000 for 2 nights at a time. That says you've got money to spend. They left a nightmare room. Blood, feces, semen stains. One of my bellboys came up and was like, "I've got a black light, I'm curious." He turned it on, and I remember we looked down and saw all the stains. We looked to the sides and saw them on the wall. At one point in the bathroom, we looked up and saw them all on the ceiling, and we were just like, how do you do this? This is not human. Were you on the ceiling? I worked as an operations manager for around 10 plus years. I've worked in hotels where the average daily rate is anywhere from like $99 and then all the way up to boutique properties where the average cost is around $1,400 per night. In general, the higher up the price value, the more common it is to be treated like you're less than human. The people who are coming to visit you, famous pop stars and Russian oligarchs, they have a private plane that they get in a private vehicle with all tinted blackout windows. Sometimes they have security squads. They'll snap their fingers at them. Very large sense of entitlement where if they approach the desk, they are the only thing that exists to you in that moment. And that's what they came to expect from that level of entering a luxury hotel. Most people who visit boutique hotels are not coming for business. They're there for pleasure. There was a group of fabulously wealthy individuals. You can definitely get a sense of how much wealth they actually have when they're talking about things like buying a fleet of Boeings in the lobby casually. They would buy out this entire property. They were spending as much as a luxury wedding And it was basically a giant swingers orgy. We'd have people having sex in the pool, people laying on our wine bars naked, a couple having sex on a balcony in plain view. So you're looking up at it, quite an angle. And every single room would have a different theme and a safe word posted outside of the door. The one that stands out to me was there was a mermaid-themed room. It was actually kind of impressive, the details they went, so it was very like under the sea vibe. There was the Wild West room. There was the straight-up BDSM room. One couple we had to talk to, while they were naked, they would purposely wait to start having sex until housekeeping wanted to clean the room. They wanted somebody to watch. The day after they had all departed, I got a call from housekeeping saying that one of the showers was busted, and I go take a look at it, and they had hacksawed off the actual shower piece, the shower head, and attached a 4-foot-long anal probe hose to it, with multiple settings on the other end. And that was as disgusting as you can imagine. After all of the drama and mental scarring that we put up with for this orgy buyout group, probably between about 30 staff, I want to say we made $20 in tips. I found myself on more than one occasion getting stuck in awkward situations between husbands, their lovers, and then the actual wife. The worst case scenario was husband and wife shared credit cards naturally, and she started seeing the hotel show up on the books, and she stormed in and like slammed bank statements down. It's like, I know my husband's here, you guys are lying to me, we have to just say, you know what, I'm so sorry, we don't have anyone here by this name. And meanwhile, we could literally hear them having sex upstairs. Apparently she didn't notice the sounds were familiar to her, which might be a sad statement on their marriage, actually. The problem with working with the fabulously wealthy is that they often assume that the staff is there at their beck and call regardless of what the request is. It was really common for the high rollers to approach attractive staff members and essentially just ask them, hey, if I pay you X amount of dollars, will you meet me in my room later tonight and knock my brains out? That's a quote from someone, sadly. We had a very busty, gorgeous front desk woman at one hotel, and someone came down and offered her quite a bit of money.
Hang on. I just have to say this because this is the second time. This is the second time hearing this, and the first time, you always hear something. The first time is like super salacious, and it's like you can't do anything but hear it. So you only get your first guard of like looking at what you're seeing and like, is it real or not? Now, only slightly am I watching this a second time and I'm like, is this dude lying or not right now? Just like his vocabulary, the way he's speaking is just so fluent and it's almost very perfect like a script almost. But if it would be a script, it would be a perfect script. If it would be a script, it would be a perfect script, and it would be a perfect script for this said person's personality. Whereas like every word is just flowing straight off of the tongue. And maybe that just might be my own problems because I'm not very versed with the dictionary or the encyclopedia of every single word that's ever been in creation. But I think I like to call myself a good talker, but I know at the same time I'm also a terrible motherfucking speaker. So maybe that just might be my flaw. So I'll say that. But the second time seeing it is I'm just questioning now. Is this true or is this real? Is this a script? Is this just trying to be salacious? Is this just a Vice? Is this Vice bullshit? Or is this dude serious?
In front of management, and at the moment she naturally declined. I have security cameras in all the halls, and seeing that person sneak out around 2 a.m. was definitely a little suspicious. The most shocking example was an incident where the wedding was around 2 p.m. We had a very busty, gorgeous front desk woman at one hotel, and someone came down and offered her quite a bit of money in front of management. And at the moment, she naturally declined. I have security cameras in all the halls, and seeing that person sneak out around 2 a.m. was definitely a little suspicious. The most shocking example was an incident where the wedding was around 2 p.m.-ish that day. Come nightfall, one of our event staff slept with the wife and ended up getting caught. It turned into quite a big deal with screaming and shouting and all this stuff. He hid in a bathroom in a supply closet until the heat died down, and then he just walked into the front office and clocked out like nothing ever happened. His mom happened to be in charge of events, so she made sure he didn't get terminated. The demographics of the staffs who work at hotels are usually pretty evenly split. If you're an attractive white person who speaks English quite well, you're probably going to be reservations, front desk, something visual. If you're not of that ethnicity, just because they have an accent and that might not present well to your guests, your most likely bet is that you're going to get placed in housekeeping. If you're working at a decent property, you could probably get $10 to $15 an hour as a front desk host. If you're housekeeping, you're maybe getting 9 to 10. It was wildly unfair. We were actually advised to handle our housekeeping teams under the concept of divide and conquer, telling them, oh, well, so-and-so's team's much better than yours. You should really try to keep up with the Mexican team. It creates that toxic environment. This prevented the entire housekeeping team from uniting together and presenting concerns. And I saw that kind of model in multiple hotels. In retrospect, I can safely say that the hours they made me work, the wild situations you'd run into, it's a miracle that I never got in a really bad car accident commuting. It slowly burns you out in a way that you can't explain until you're out of it. You just kind of know something's wrong and you're not happy. The biggest thing that the public doesn't understand about the hotel industry is that there are wild things happening behind closed doors every single day. Fabulously wealthy individuals are wild. Everything happens behind closed doors at hotels.
No, wait. No. That's not the end. That's not the end of it. Unless yeah. Flight attendant reveals secrets of a job. Sex, drugs, death, billionaires, mega yachts. Sex, drugs, death, billionaires, mega yachts. So, no, that's not the end, because what I do remember is maybe I was taking the pee when that happened, but he stated that he described one of these hotel sex parties, and that ish was the wildest crap I've ever heard in my life. He stated that there was there was semen on the ceilings, and these rich elitist assholes just like.
So I'm a backhand on a city yacht. I basically get paid to travel around the world working for billionaires. From the Instagram and the Snapchat stories, everyone seems to think that you've got the coolest job in the world. The reality of it is that you are clearing up rooms that have just had sex parties, orgies, prostitutes, coke residue on the tables the next day, veal or livestock so fresh that it actually gets flown in on a helicopter, slaughtered on board, and served to the guests as fresh as can be. Unfortunately, it can sometimes get a bit seedy, a bit creepy with drunk people who think they can do whatever they want. These owners, these millionaires, these billionaires, they're incredibly powerful people, and a lot of the time they get their own way. Drug smuggling can go on in the industry. If people wanted to be moving, drugs and illicit substances, I reckon it'd be pretty easy to do. It's an incredibly secretive world, which no one really knows much about. The guests just use CP yachts as their little playground. They live in this little bubble where they think anything goes and anything can happen.
Super yacht deckhand. So
these yachts are always pretty mad, particularly the larger ones. They will pretty much always contain a pool or some sort of hot tub.
Just don't mind me 1 second, but if you're a YouTuber like me, you probably had seen a little scene of like a Logan Paul, Jake Paul on a certain Amazon owner's yacht in the middle of the ocean. This is what they do. The last video was about these rich billionaire elitists, oligarchs, and everything. They will rent out a hotel to have their crazy sex parties. When they're not renting out hotels, they're on their yachts in the middle of the ocean, in international waters, in Jeffrey Epstein's island, doing whatever the fuck they want because they're demons.
With a gym, some of them have cinemas, some of them have their own spas, helidecks, and will store a helicopter on board. The cost of these yachts can exceed anywhere of like £500 million. I think some of the most expensive charter yachts on the market at the moment can actually cost $4 million a week. You do always secretly know that the people you're working for haven't always done the best things in their lives. I've received job offers for the owner of a boat who is one of the most notoriously corrupt people on the planet. And during the job interview, the chief officer actually asked me, am I morally okay with who this person is and what he's done? And you kind of just have to ask yourself, am I okay with this? The expectations of the guests are pretty much whatever they ask for, we can deliver to them. As the day tends to go on and the more alcohol that gets consumed, their expectations go up and our ability to deliver goes down. Sexual harassment definitely does go on in the industry. You do hear quite a few stories which make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. There is a sexual element to the job 100%. It's a very superficial industry that a lot of boats will only hire on the way you look and what waist size you are, what chest size you are, etc. I think they can forget that you're here for work, you're not here to be violated in any way. The victims of these cases are paid off. They're told to keep their mouths shut in order for bonuses or perks. It gives the people this right to think that they can get away with anything. There have been a few serious incidents in super yachting that have gone wrong and actually led to fatalities. One of the most famous ones in the industry was actually an anchor chain coming loose. The chain spun around in what's called the mooring bay, which is the forward section of the boat called the bow. The chain spun around and actually took a leg off one of the officers, and unfortunately he bled to death and died. Basically, you've just got to stay really switched on at all times, which can be a big part of the reason why working in the industry.
You want to know something? It may be a very unpopular opinion, but nigga, if that shit were to wrap around my leg and my leg got ripped off my body, please let me die to death. Please let me die. Just let me die.
It can make you so tired and run down. I did a pretty long stint working on a charter boat. It was nearly 130 days of season, back-to-back charters, and within that time we only had one day off. At the end of that, when I actually left that boat, I felt like I was ready to leave the industry because it was just killing me essentially. You can burn out really quickly, and you can look at guys who are, they've been in yachting for 10 years or so and they look pretty weathered. Their skin's destroyed by the sun. The lack of sleep has just fucked them over, and it can really have quite a physical effect on your body, and it's pretty visible. The reason that we're so busy is because obviously we only have a certain number of crew cabins on board. You're always in a cabin of 2, if not 4 on some bigger boats, if not 6 on some super large ones. Cabin fever is definitely a real thing. You can feel cooped up like a caged animal sometimes, and personal space becomes a serious issue. Working in yachting definitely teaches you a lot of mental fortitude. You work very long hours with little rest, and that teaches you how to be resilient and just push on through. Obviously there are some negative effects on your mental health. I don't really understand the mindset of a billionaire, but when a lot of money is involved, it changes people, and I think it always brings out the worst in a lot of people's personalities.
They gotta be the end. Bro, okay. Alright, so what the hell is that? Hey, look, hey, oops. Look, hey, look, guys, hey, YouTube, guess what? You have to be good for yourself, You can't just do that to people, Alright, there's a lot to go over. Let me just let the puppy out of that. Come on, there you go. Go on. Go play. Go torture the cat. Go torture the cat. I love you. Okay. So, bro. So, he let it known a little bit about what happens in these positions that the rich, the filthy rich, what they have at their oyster, what they have in their hands, the power, the capability, the access that they have, and the access that they have also makes life horrible for some who have to work for them. And it's actually it's something about it where it's like I'm really not surprised. Just like slavery, where it's just a modern day slavery, where it's a slavery of classes. It's a slavery of classes. It's like if you are a blue collar worker, you are someone's stepping stool mentally. Mentally. It's not actual. It's what they have in their own mind that they are above you. That like you are underneath them. It's a classist mind state. And it's truly sad. It's something that we all as working class citizens have to go through, and it's horrible. Even in work, we go to work on a regular, most of us, we go to work and it's, we're paid what they tell us. We're not paid what we're worth. For example, teachers aren't paid what they're worth. Teachers are molding and shaping the minds of the future. They're shaping the minds of our future, because the children are our future. And it's like there are multiple people who do treat it as such. They give their children everything. The children is their absolute world. And those are the amazing parents who put their children as like the oyster of their world. They put absolutely everything into them. But sad thing is, there are a lot of people who that did not happen to, and those people turn out to be the destruction of the world if they do not choose to be the light of the world. And it's very sad. It's very, very sad. Well, now let's switch topics, because that's very deep. And this may be very deep as well. So we are in a new land, guys. We are in a new land, and we can go a little deep and darker. How deep and dark do you want to get? Let's start off with I think the less deep and dark. I don't even know if I don't have an opening to this video, but this video is deep and this video is dark. You know what? Actually, I do. If there's any part of me that feels kind of prideful for I feel like prideful, if not prideful, because pride is the 7 deadly sin. I feel happy. I'm very, very happy when evil people go to jail and get caught. I'm a YouTuber. I watch a lot. I saw EDP 445 get caught live. That's where I'm going with this deep in darkness. And I was joyful seeing Gideon in a cupcake suit with Skeeter Jean sitting there at this dude's blood surgery or whatnot, and I was just not not wishing him death, but wishing him to go to jail and to find God. Because that's what you do in jail. You go to jail and you find God. They give you a Bible. That's what I wanted for EDP. I wanted him to go to jail and to find God and turn from his ways. This is where it's getting deep and dark, but it's darker than EDP, and it's dark, guys. It's dark. So we are going to surf reality and what it actually is, okay? And reality is beautiful, but as well as reality is beautiful, reality is dark. So this video hacker finds child blank in 10 seconds during podcast show with the Navy SEAL. This is from Sean Ryan, a Sean Ryan podcast, I'm sure, but this is just a clip from the Sean Ryan.
It hasn't even been 60 seconds yet.
Less than a minute. Who wants to talk to a child in a teen chat? And I only said hi in the chat room, nothing else. Anywhere where a human can communicate with another human, the child is not safe.
Protect.
Ryan, do you think you could demonstrate right here, right now, how fast these sexual predators will show up in a chat room?
Yeah.
Fire your computer up. Let's do it.
All right, I'm recording, so now I'm just gonna say, hi. Who wants to chat? And I named myself Ashley Female New Jersey, 13 Female New Jersey. Let's see how many private messages come in. 2 already. 3.
It's been like 10 seconds.
Yep. Hey, want a full round? Hey, how
What?
old are you? Let me just copy that and send that to everybody because we got other messages coming in.
What chat room are you in?
Just a teen chat. Hey, you want to cuddle a bit? I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt right now that they didn't read the. Oh, he's 47.
47 years
okay
old in
with
a teen chat room. You got him in what? 5 seconds? He's already messaging in?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of. I can't even keep up with them here because.
This is gonna be tough because I did not see this. This is.
Every time I click one, there's more on the list. He says he's okay. I said, are you okay with my age? He says, yes, age 13, like my profile says. I got 2 more messages, so now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 19. Let's ignore the 19-year-old, even though it's disgusting.
It hasn't even been 60 seconds yet.
Okay, there's another guy. Here's the other guy. This guy's 15. Ignore him. That is a real teenager in a teen chat. The 47-year-old says, he said age. I said 13 like my profile says. He said name, Ashley. And then another guy just messaged. How old are you? Okay, this person's a child too. So out of all of these, there's one guy here who is 47 years old, less than a minute, who wants to talk to a child in a teen chat. And I only said hi in the chat room, nothing else.
Holy shit, dude. You jumped in a chat room, you called yourself Ashley 13 New Jersey. Literally less than 10 seconds. We have a 47-year-old wanting to have with a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how quick it is. Like I Googled teen chat. I'm in a different state, so I get different results here for, the local teen chats. There's no way for me to set it up. All I did was say hi in the chat room and press enter. And a bunch of messages came in. Some were from actual teenagers, as it should be in a teen chat. And one of the guys, which, who knows if they really are teenagers, that's another thing. But one guy was open about that he was 47 years old, and he was completely fine with the age.
Where all is this happening? Is this happening? Just list off where this is happening that everyday people use all the time.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Kick, WhatsApp, Roblox, Minecraft, Xbox, PlayStation.
Xbox and PlayStation?
Yeah, because you can chat with random people in games. They could represent themselves as whoever they want. Yeah, I mean, it's just, the list goes on. Anywhere where a human can communicate with another human, the child is not safe. So parents need to be watching that. And not just assuming if your kid says, "Hey, I'm on the phone with my friend," which friend is it? Is it one that I know? You can't be scared of being a helicopter parent, because if your kid's aggravated at you for a couple of minutes for being overprotective in these scenarios, I think it's worth. It's not your fault regardless of what happens, but to save them from a life of trauma, I think it might be worth the extra couple minutes or aggravating your kid to see who they're actually talking to, see who their friends really are, and just spend that extra time, because it could save a lifelong battle with trauma.
This happened to somebody I know in Parkland. Remember I used to live in Boca, so I got a lot of friends down there. Happened in Parkland. He's got a daughter, couple daughters, and she was blackmailed by somebody and had taken pictures, and it's everywhere, just as you just demonstrated it. I mean, 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds, and he's on there.
Yeah.
Is this the case every single time?
Yeah. Some of the guys want to chat for longer before they meet up in person.
They need to be
but yeah, it's that easy.
On site.
It's not good that it's easy, but it is that easy to find them. They're out there, and they're being predatory, like the name states.
How?
Guidelines.
I don't know what to call it. I don't want to call it a success rate, but
Shot in the knee.
what is the percentage of people that you're talking to on here that will come and meet?
Depends on how long you talk to them, and if you can convince them that you're not a police officer.
Would you say the majority of them?
Way more than the majority, yeah.
90%?
Yeah.
Over 90%?
It depends if they ask to meet or not yet, because sometimes it takes a while for them to chat. So I would say, yeah, like if they ask to meet, 95% plus. If they ask to meet up,
95%, you think?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. How did Project Veritas get involved with it?
They saw a viral podcast of me talking about the website, and they were interested, and they said, "Well, I want to help you bring justice to this, to what the other stations failed to bring justice to, and the FBI even failed to, or everybody failed me. I felt like they failed me." And Project Veritas said, "Hey, well, we will do something about this. We'll put our whole team on it. We're gonna bring light to this. We're gonna bring these people out of the dark corners of the earth," and it made me feel like, okay, I have a team here. I have people that are willing to, fly across the country and meet me in a 24-hour notice, which they did, to have a conversation. They flew me out to New York to do an interview. Just off my word. I could have been lying. I could have been a member. Who knows what they didn't know who I was. So they just took my word for it, and they gave me the most compassion and love more compassionate love than I would have ever expected, and still are to this day.
What does this collaboration between you and them look like? How are they? You're obviously feeding them all the information that you've uncovered so far. Are you still getting more information?
So no. So right now we're going off the data that I already have, which is so much. Especially with Nathan Larson's websites. The one we're focusing on at the moment is rapey.co and .to.
Oh my God.
So anyone that was on that list
is... Oh my God. There is a story. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. No, he did not just say that. He did not just say that word. There is a story that just came out. There's a story that just came out about that website. There is a politician, like a woman, like a white woman, like a Democratic white woman. Her email is like, oh my God, what was the YouTube channel? If I can remember the YouTube channel, maybe that I remember the, oh goodness. It was like gold something. Oh my God, it just came out. There's like a Democratic white woman whose email address was tied to a rate. I don't even want to say that. Grapey dot se something. Do not ever touch that website. I don't even. What was the YouTuber who just said that? Oh my gosh. That's gonna fuck with me. I gotta go through my history. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but you guys gotta do. All right, you know what? How about this? Let me do this, and let me get you guys your. Let's just do this for you. We're gonna continue this. I'm gonna do this.
Going to be investigated. We have all of their information or ways to find it. So we're just going to go down that list, keep exposing them in person, and we've found quite a few already. So it's only going to get more extreme, especially as the team gets bigger. And hopefully we do some justice, put some more in prison, uncover some secrets.
How are you guys? So they sent me.
.to.
You've uncovered so far. Are you still getting more information?
So no. So right now we're going off the data that I already have, which is so much. Especially with Nathan Larson's websites. You know, the one we're focusing on at the moment is rapey.co and .to. So anyone that was on that list is going to be investigated. We have all of their information or ways to find it. So we're just going to go down that list, keep exposing them in person, and we've found quite a few already. So it's only going to get more extreme, especially as the team gets bigger. And hopefully we do some justice, put some more in prison, uncover some secrets.
How are you guys? So they sent me. So this interview is timed perfectly. When Project Veritas starts to release this information, we're right behind them. We've talked to them. We're collaborating with them.
Mm-hmm.
We want to just.
It was Steven Crowder.
Dump gas and amplify what you guys are doing to get this word out. So what does this collaboration look like between you and them? You're feeding them the information, and then how are they reaching out to these guys, and how are they getting them to come in and confess to this stuff?
They have their own ways of dealing with undercover operations and like filming undercover. But when we find the information on the people, you know, we're going off the database, we're taking the information per user, we're tying that to what we have some archived images of when the website did exist. So we could say this user said this at this time or replied to this at that time, figure out who that user is, and then organize a team to go out there and meet them. But the process of finding.
So guys, this is it right here. I'm going to show you right now. So where you can go to find what I was just talking about, go to Steven Crowder's YouTube. You got to go to the live. And when you go to the live, this video streamed 2 days ago.
And any big, and we must do it big, fat, love, find common ground.
Was found with the infant from the photographs and the infant's father. Koloff currently.
Boom. All right. So 22-year-old Ohio woman convicted of producing and distributing child blankography of an infant girl will spend 15 years in federal prison and Department of Justice. Let's go to who it was.
Our investigative unit here, Mug Club Undercover, was able to connect a high-level executive at one of the world's most powerful entities to a website designed for the explicit purpose of sexually exploiting children.
Anything to do with child exploitation or rapey.xu is false and defamatory, and I am advising you in the strongest possible terms not to publish such a thing.
On May 11, 2023, the Department of Justice issued a press release regarding 4 men who were sentenced for engaging in a child exploitation enterprise. The child exploitation enterprise being rapey.su, an open web platform operated by the late convicted felon Nathan Larson. Members of this website would share media of pedophilia, child rape, and even tried to arrange in-person meetups. Nathan Larson died in jail back in October of 2022. And with the DOJ's subsequent sentencing of multiple individuals for their activity on the website, it is clear efforts are underway to bring the users of this website to justice. Now, it can be difficult for good people to imagine the kind of evil these forums and communities attract. One egregious example of the kinds of criminal activity taking place on the website was revealed in the probable cause affidavit for the arrest of then 22-year-old rapey user Ashley Kohlhoff. The affidavit describes in disturbing detail images produced and shared by Kohlhoff. These were images of an infant girl posed, being touched and violated in a sexual manner. The summary of evidence against Kohlhoff led to a raid on her home where she was found with the infant from the photographs and the infant's father. Kohlhoff currently faces the mandatory minimum of 15 years in prison for the production of child. IDICorps.com also states that the in New York for the past 18 years. The same J.P. Morgan Chase that had to pay $290 million to Jeffrey Epstein's victims after they continued to do business with the convicted pedophile. To be clear, there is no direct connection between Abigail Gold Geller's prestigious family and the data obtained by hacker Ryan Montgomery. IDICorps.com has a single result when typing the email Hero121.
That's the email, and I think that's the email that's her name, Abigail G. Geller, Golder, whatever the fuck.
At mail.com into their reverse email search. That one result is an Abigail G. Geller. IDICorps.com also states that the email has been valid since June 6th of 2018. InstantCheckmate.com also states that Hero121 at mail.com allegedly belongs to an Abigail Geller, and also states that the email has been valid since June 6th of 2018. That'sThem.com states that Hero121 at mail.com belongs to an Abigail Gold and states it was last updated 4 years ago.
I just wanted to let you guys know because like I am a YouTuber's YouTuber, and when I heard that, you could see it for yourself. I didn't know that was gonna get stated, but I literally just saw this 2 days ago, and you know how phenomenal God is, you know how phenomenal Jesus is. If you just roll with him, bro, he'll lay up. You have all of the crumbs. You got all of the puzzle pieces, and he just helps you out piece by piece. You just like, you don't even know what's going on. You're just chilling, and all of a sudden, boom, here's a little puzzle piece. Oh, and now the puzzle is being put together. And I just gave you guys a bunch of puzzle pieces in this one stream. If you want to go and, try to put the pieces together, you know what? I'm going to come through and I'm going to give you some more puzzle pieces in the future. And if you want some more puzzle pieces, go through the channel. Watch the videos. 52 podcasts. 52 Games podcasts. Try not to be amazed. These live streams, there's some puzzle pieces. So, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave these tabs open for another day when we come back. It's late. I have work in the AM. Much love and appreciation to you guys. If you guys enjoyed your time, please like the video, subscribe, come back, put them post notifications on so you see when I'm live. Come, let's chat, let's talk, let's enjoy life. Let's do this together because we're here. We're kind of quantumly entangled. We live at the same time. You're here, you're watching. You're here, you're watching. We're kind of quantumly entangled. So we might as well have a conversation. Whatever you want to say, put it down in the comments. Follow me on Instagram. I think it's Gold Zeo Ranger. Right? That's my Instagram. Gold Zeo Ranger. Is that me? Yes. Gold Zeo Ranger. GOLDZEORANGER. Go follow me on Instagram. Send me what you want to send me. Let's chat. Let's conversate. Let's have this quantum entanglement of a relationship. Subscribe. Say good night to Thomas. Good night, y'all. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. I'll see you guys later.